Ben, welcome back. It's working, as we're now seeing in a couple of polls, and I'll just kick it off with the Wall Street Journal today. The headline this morning, the other morning, Harris erases Trump's lead. Wall Street Journal poll finds, talks about how they are now 2 points away from one another. He's 49, she's 47 within the margin of error. When he was facing Biden, he had a 6-point lead just earlier this month. And she is making up ground with blacks, Latinos, and young voters. In particular, they're looking at battleground states like Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, the Sun Belt states, which are more racially and ethnically diverse. And going on as follows. This is a stat I want to give you. Only 37% of Biden voters were enthusiastic about him in early July. 81% of Harris voters are enthusiastic about her, says one of the pollsters. One was a Dem, one was a Republican. This is an astounding change. And Ben, is it any wonder, given what we've seen in the last 8 days?
Not at all. I mean, I think this is a combination of factors. As you mentioned, the media are trying to convince themselves that they are in love with Kamala Harris after years of recognizing what a political incompetent and buffoon she is. But I think what this really is just the sugar high of Joe Biden being out of the race. No matter who was going to succeed Joe Biden being gone is giving them a temporary feeling of euphoria that I think could wear off before the election. The problem, of course, is that this is now an incredibly compressed election cycle. There's about 100 days from here until the election. So the question is, can they pull off the magic trick for the next 3 months, or is this varnish going to start to wear fairly quickly? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of damaging material on Kamala Harris. She's not very good at politics. And these national campaigns tend to strip the veneer off people fairly quickly. I mean, how many national candidates have we seen over the course of our lifetimes, where you watch them and at the beginning, they're brand shiny new. And within about a month and a half, they're not wearing particularly well. Kamala Harris does not wear well, but at the same time, if she never faces a single difficult question, if she never has to do an interview where she's asked about her border policy, if she can simply continue doing what she's been doing the last week, that's a very uphill battle for Republicans.
Wonder, given what we've seen in the last 8 days.
Not at all. I mean, I think this is a combination of factors. As you mentioned, the media are trying to convince themselves that they are in love with Kamala Harris after years of recognizing what a political incompetent and buffoon she is. But I think what this really is just, I think this is a combination of factors. As you mentioned, the media are trying to convince themselves that they are in love with Kamala Harris after years of recognizing what a political incompetent and buffoon she is. Years of recognizing what a political incompetent and buffoon she is.